How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, thank you. Saw you watching here for a little. Have you ever seen any of this footage before? Do you know what's going on?
Not exactly.
Yeah, we're showing the realities behind the meat, dairy, egg industry, fishing industry as well, just to raise awareness for the animals and show what's actually happening.
I'm also against that killing and all stuff.
Really?
I'm pure vegetarian.
Oh, pure vegetarian. Amazing. May I ask why you went vegetarian?
I've been born vegetarian, like my parents and all, they all were vegetarian.
Yeah, okay.
We don't even eat egg.
Okay, wow. So do you just have dairy then? Is that
the dairy.
just the dairy? I see. And so do you know what veganism is then?
Yeah, we can't have dairy even in the vegan.
Okay, yeah.
No
So
animal products.
have you ever thought about veganism as an end goal? If you're against the treatment and the harm and the killing of animals, have you ever thought about being vegan?
Not really.
Yeah, why not?
Can be hollow. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's a good option actually.
Yeah, it's a good option because if you're against this treatment and this cruelty,
We don't want to hurt any animals, so why should we have their products and all this?
yeah, it's really powerful because do you know why cows produce milk?
For their babies.
For their babies, right?
Yeah.
Are you their baby?
No.
You know, and I used to drink a lot of milk as well, and then I realized that cows produce milk just like other mammals
Yeah.
for their children. And if we're drinking the milk, what's meant for their children, the babies aren't getting the milk.
Yeah.
So in the industries, the babies are actually taken away from their mothers, and just so that we can get the milk. And that's the thing. Same thing goes with cheese, ice cream, yogurt. It's all dairy.
So much
It's all from milk, right? So what do you think has been a challenge for you, or why you haven't decided about veganism yet?
Yeah, because I love milk. That's why.
Love. So it's a taste thing for you.
Yeah.
And so do you think though that if you were to see the way these animals were being treated, if taste would still justify contributing to that?
No, not at all.
It's a tough question to ask yourself sometimes because, I mean, I grew up for 24 years of my life eating animal products and never asking myself that question. But then I realized if I was against this, like you said, if you're against the animal cruelty, the treatment, the enslavement, the killing of these animals, then don't you think that's your heart trying to tell you that in essence you are vegan somewhere deep down inside?
Yeah.
Because the hardest part about it is, for you, is the taste.
Yeah.
But you understand the cruelty that goes behind these industries, right?
Sure.
And what does your family think about the dairy industry?
I've never talked about them about this thing. They are just fine with like being vegetarian.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can think like they have given me full liberty to do whatever you want.
Yeah, okay. So do they make the ethical connection as well though? Like, do they see the animals as individuals that should be given respect, life, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so then maybe it's just the uneducation of what happens in the dairy industry?
Yeah.
Because you don't do eggs either, right? That's what you said? Perfect. And is that because you know what happens in the industries?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's an ethical thing for you then?
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that it's really important that if you're against the way animals are treated, if you're against the way animals are being killed or exploited, then I encourage you to look into veganism, because if it's just dairy, you have it better than most people, because then it's just one thing you have to give up.
Yeah.
One thing that gives many, you know, yogurt, ice cream, cheese, that, but there's the vegan alternatives to all of that. And if we can live...
Because I've eaten vegan ice creams and they're really good.
Yeah, there's really good vegan food everywhere.
Yeah.
There's bad vegan food too.
I guess today there is vegan market as well and we
Yeah.
are going there.
It's really cool, so you're already heading there.
Yeah.
So it seems like it'd be a really easy switch for you because...
Because I just need to switch just one thing.
One thing, and that's the thing, is like, have you ever seen what happens in the dairy industry?
Just how they drain the milk. Just
Yeah. And so like, do you know how the cows are able to produce milk or why they produce milk?
I guess some injections are given to them for hormones.
Yeah, and so basically what I was saying is in order for a cow to produce milk, they have to be pregnant
Yeah.
and they have to give birth, just like human beings. But the reason why they are producing so much milk is because we continually impregnate them. We artificially inseminate them. It's not going, they're not choosing to say, hey, I want to have a baby. We're doing that because we want to produce a product from them. And do you think that that's right or wrong?
Wrong, obviously wrong.
Yeah, because they haven't given us consent. Betsy the cow didn't say, hey Josh, you can have my milk. And until Betsy the cow says I can have her milk, to me, it's immoral.
Yeah.
it's not right. And so this is actually perfect timing. This is the dairy industry. And what you're seeing here, it's the separation of the children from their mother. It's most industries, it's anywhere from a day to 3 days, 5 days after they're born, instantly, and they're taken away. Males are looked at, some of them as a waste product, so they're going to be killed for veal. Some of them are going to be raised just for beef, and then the females are going to be raised just like their mothers, to be artificially inseminated, to be hooked up to machines, to have their milk taken from them. So if you're against that, which I think most people are, then it's as simple as just eliminating that and being vegan. And that's something that's so easy. Do you think that's easy enough for you?
Yeah.
That's something that you might want to look into, or chatting with your parents about it?
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll give you this. This has some really great resources and documentaries on there. Dairy is Scary. We'll talk to you all about the dairy industry. It's a 5-minute video on YouTube. It's really graphic, but it'll sort of be like, all right, now I can be vegan, because after watching that, to me...
One of my friends, she turned vegan 3 or 4 months back.
Okay.
Yeah, and she inspires me a lot.
That's amazing. Well, it seems like you're already there. Like you have the love in your heart for the animals.
She's only taking me to the vegan market.
Great. Great. Well, tell her you stopped today. Tell her you want some more information, because it seems like you already have a good support system. But we have this thing called Challenge 22. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you a free 22-day vegan challenge on Facebook. Okay. You sign up and you can ask any questions there. There's mentors. Because could you see yourself being vegan?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Now I can see.
Now you can, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Samriti.
What is it?
Samriti.
Samriti. I'm Joshua. Nice to meet you. I'm a hugger.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Have a great day.
You too.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Enjoy.